Hey Ghosties, I'm Harley,
And I'm Kandis.
and this is Haunted Through the Ages. My bad. I didn't know you even hit the button.
Intro song.
I'm over here staring at the wall. I'm a silly goose tonight.
She's such a hot mess. Wait, did you call me hot?
Oh, thank you.
I love it when Doug does that to me. You're a hot mess. Oh my God, did you just call me hot?
Thank you so much.
I know, right?
My God. I gotta pull it together. My day is just starting, and it's
Oh, girl, you
almost 5 p.m.
missed the wreck of it. So
thank
lucky
God.
you. Lucky you.
I'm always there for the shit show, so I'm so grateful. Today was the one day I'm like, no. I got lucky.
I can't face the daywalkers right now. You didn't.
No.
I took it for all of the teams today.
You really did.
I did too. Good Lord. I was painting better and blue.
Well, it gave us something to laugh about.
Yeah. I really wasn't laughing when it happened, obviously, but then after talking to Doug, he's making fun of me for brown nosing.
That's funny.
But I really didn't. Like, sorry. He wanted to give me a hug. He likes me better than you.
My favorite part was just you telling me about the boss basically telling you, I can't help you if you don't help yourself. If you don't get your shit together, I can't have your back.
Just hide it better. I'm like, oh, that's the answer? Okay. Not leave it out of the department. No.
He's like, I will defend you, but you got to get your shit together, okay? That was funny.
Listen, even Greg has said the same thing about that. Like, I'll take all of the fucking arrows that they throw at you, and I'll get it together. But dude, I can't protect you if you're not willing to at least make an effort.
Right. At least try. Do the bare minimum.
That was mostly with my attendance on my plates. He's like, I can't protect you when you're literally coming in late. Fine, I'll get it together. I still haven't.
Oh, that's so funny.
I don't know. I have a really long drive, so it takes me forever to get to work.
How do you live 3 minutes away and still manage to be late sometimes? And other days you're there 30 minutes
Well, it's hilarious because Dave and I have had this conversation when he was my neighbor, basically. And he's like, honestly, it's so much harder to time yourself to get to work when you live that close because you have so much time to just waste.
Right.
And then you look at the clock like, oh shit, I only got 3 minutes.
I do the same thing.
And then it takes me forever to walk from where I park to the building. Like, I need to park closer. This is bullshit.
Because I'm still like, even in the mornings with traffic, I can make it in like 11 minutes. And I'll still wait till the last fucking second. Or be like, I can sleep in a little longer. It's fine. And then I'm rolling in like 5 minutes.
Yeah. I always get stuck in traffic. Like, always. The
on your straight shot.
The non-existing, not even a red light. I can't even blame it on a train.
I have the train. I have stop signs. I have red lights. I've got nothing.
And it was funny. I mean, because I leave the same time Matt leaves, even though I don't have to be to work until 7. So we leave the house at 6:30.
Right.
I get to work at 6:35. Now what am I going to do?
And then the other day you were still late.
I literally was putzing. I'm just sitting in my car waiting until about 7:00 so I can go in and, you know, get my morning beverage. And as soon as I walked in, I was like, ah, shit, I was supposed to be here at 6. In my defense, I was here.
You just weren't here.
But I still haven't been talked to about that, so
you even brought it up the other day. They never did anything.
I don't know how many days it's supposed to be, but because there's a window, there's a small window that they have to speak of it.
Really? Oh, I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Yep. Nothing. I got nothing.
Well, I think they've got bigger fish to fry right now.
Oh my God.
I don't think that's their concern.
Oh my God. It's been an hell of a day.
My day was not that exciting. I'm learning Fortnite right now with the kid.
Oh boy.
I know. I'm learning it. I was getting kind of into it, not gonna lie. And then we had to go out to, I don't even know where, north to this pet store we use now to get insects and stuff.
Okay.
For the dragon. So we had to get some super worms and some cockroaches, some crickets.
I remember having to do all that with my parents when they had like all of their lizards and.
Mm-hmm. As soon as we walked in the door, I think he recognizes the brown bag that they come in now because he was up against the glass just watching.
Do you put like that vitamin powder on them and shake them all up? That's what we used to do with the iguana. So the crickets would end up being white.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know you can sprinkle it on their greens too.
Yeah, yeah. It came in a bottle, so we would just all over.
Yeah, he was very happy though.
I mean,
then after we do that for like 3 hours, he won't lay on his rock
because they're more herbivores than
yes.
So they insects are like a treat, but they need their vegetables to thrive.
Like the vegetables, like his greens are every day, and then the insects are just like for protein. Usually do like twice a week.
Okay.
Yeah. You hear a million different things, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, this person's opinion, and that.
I had to learn tons when we had the duck, that little baby duckling that we had. Yeah. I learned that she liked eating the cat's food, but that wasn't good vitamins for her, so I had to limit that because she was getting fat.
Yeah.
But that didn't stop her from running over there to the food bowl every time she come out of her box. And then I would feed her eggshells for protein. Bread is not good to give ducks.
No, it's not.
FYI, for people that think it's fun to feed the ducks, bread is not good because it bloats their stomach and
kill them. Of course, we did it my whole childhood.
All growing up. But it only was until I got little homie that I learned, like, well, this is bad. Like, you know, so I had to learn a whole new method of feeding for her. Turns out I still wasn't giving her the right food because, I mean, I didn't know that ducks need, like, grains and stuff because what do they eat when they're in the wild? Like,
right.
But they get too weak. So she'd gained so much weight because she was healthy that she didn't get enough protein to strengthen her legs. So she just collapsed on the floor. And I'd put her in the bathtub and let her swim around. And she swam. I mean, her legs were working still, so she wasn't paralyzed or anything. But when we took her to the Howell Nature Center to release her to them, they said it's obvious that she was eating good and getting a good amount of nutrition, but she just wasn't getting the vitamins that she needed for the strength on her legs.
Right.
And Matt called, I think, probably about a week or two after we dropped her off, and they said that she'd regained all of her strength and they released her. So, but she used to eat green beans. Loved her some green beans. Carbs are bad, so giving her carbs was but we'd get her the little mealworms, and then like the dried seeds and stuff, the corn and the seeds and all of the, you know, like the bird stuff. So I bought bags of that and gave it to her, and I'd throw it in the bathtub when she was swimming, and she'd dive for it.
Oh,
such cute. She was fun to have. Like,
that is so cute.
It wasn't fun to have. What did we have? 5 cats, a duck, 4 people in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Oh my gosh.
None of it was legal except for the people. Yeah, whatever. We survived.
You made it through. It's fine.
We had her basically a month, like almost just a month. And honest to God, I never felt such sadness.
Oh, when you got rid of her.
Because she was this tiny little duckling when Rhiannon brought her home, and then she started sprouting feathers. Like, she got rid of all of her down, and she was starting to sprout real feathers. So I was literally watching her grow into, an actual duck. And that's how we knew she was a girl, because when they're little, you can't really tell. It wasn't until her feathers came in. Mm-hmm. So she had the brown feathers, but she had a little purple in it.
Oh.
She was so fun to have. So I still think she's alive, but Matt's like, they don't really have a long.
I was going to say, I hope she did well.
Whatever. She's still living. Every duck I see is lonely. Is it you? Do you remember me? No? Okay.
Hacking at you.
Seriously. Hissing. It was hilarious because we'd put the cats away to let her out because I didn't want my cats to eat her.
Yeah.
And so she would run underneath the couch, and she'd put her little wingdings, and that's what we called them because they weren't like full wings, so they were little wingdings. She'd put her little wingdings out, and she'd put her head down, and she would, fast as fuck, boy. She'd bolt, and she'd run underneath the couch, and she'd come running out the other side, and she'd go into the litter box and eat the litter because that's why they eat gravel to help with digestion. But
interesting.
Yeah, they eat the little crumbs off the cement and everything, but they need the gravel. And the kids would go down and get like worms and stuff for her. But she come running out from underneath the couch one day, and then Padme just comes waltzing out from underneath the couch as well. And I'm like,
oh no.
All right, well, I guess she's safe here. Padme just had 0 fucks to give. Like, I don't care. Like, you just leave me alone.
The cats are scared of Night Fury, which is really funny. So if we'll let them down or like let them run around on the couch, they're like, absolutely not.
Well, at least they're not going to attack him. So
it'll get them if anything.
Because the first one you brought him home, like your one was just blazing through the glass.
Oh my gosh! When I put her up there, it's such a high stand now, she won't jump up there.
Oh, okay.
But if she's kind of looking up there, I'll pick her up and put her up there, and she'll still roll against the glass, and they'll follow each other.
Like they're friends with a window.
Let me show you this picture I took the other day of, I think it was Sharon, him and Sharon on the couch together, just like nose to nose. Oh no, it was Kelly.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. He's getting chunky.
He is a little chunk. He likes his insects.
Good for you. Live your best life, homie.
He's so funny.
He's cute.
How much he can flatten out, though, like a pancake. It's crazy.
I go up to my sister's and I look for hers, and I'm looking in the cage. I'm like, isn't this thing supposed to be able to be visible? Like, how small is this thing? And I'm looking and looking. She's like, look up in the left at the top of the tree. Oh, there he is.
What is it?
Same? The bearded dragon. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because my sister, she of no heart with animals, broke down and sobbed when the one that she had passed away. Oh. She wasn't able to save it.
Oh.
She rescued it and wasn't able to save it.
That's sad.
I even took the thing to the vet. Like, my sister is 0 love her, especially the ones that shed. Can't stand an animal that sheds, especially in her house, and it's all wood floors, and she's just like, I literally just vacuumed, and there's poof balls everywhere.
Yeah. Yes.
So, but not her, looking for a kitten for the baby and wanting another dog, bringing another dog into the house. I'm like,
that's funny.
Yeah, you're so heartless, and you're the one out here battling chickens. She's like, these bitches. She told me one time, she was like, we're having a fried chicken cook-off this weekend if you guys want to come up. I'm like, you leave them girls alone.
That's funny.
They gave you 1 egg already.
Doesn't sound worth it to me.
No.
But I love some chicken.
Like 8 of them or something. I don't know how many she got, like 15. I don't know. Like every time her husband went to that Tractor Supply, he come home with more. She's more. Like, do not come home with another chicken. He came home with another one. There was only one left.
Oh, it was the last one.
And of course, baby boy had to, Gigi. And God forbid they tell him no, or him. Mm-hmm. Jen can tell people no. She got no problem with that word. Mm-hmm. Her husband, no, marshmallow for this boy.
Yeah. My mom couldn't take Bubba because she wants ducks so bad. She'd have ducks and chickens and rabbits in her backyard. That'd be it. She'd have a whole fucking farm out there.
Hey, I did, and Taylor.
Sure did. You sure did.
Ducks and chickens and snakes.
That's funny.
My dad would bring all of these damn animals home and would want nothing to do with them because he was afraid to handle them. We had a I think it was a 13.5-foot Burmese python.
Uh-huh.
Or boa constrictor. Or Burmese. I don't know. It doesn't matter. Not necessarily violent, but this thing started break. The kids were little. Like, my niece and Dreama. They were super little, like crawling age still. And they're food crawling. Size. Yes.
Basically.
Yes. Yeah. They crawled past this cage and all of a sudden it started to come unstapled.
Uh-oh.
And my mother was like, you need to go.
Yeah.
It's time to go.
That's scary.
Yep. Because they just used like chicken wire or whatever, like this, whatever it was. I mean, it was built for 2x4s. I mean, it was built and it had a platform and everything. Like it was a good solid cage.
But those snakes are
she
pure
was
muscle.
Too big for it.
Yeah, those are pure muscle.
They gave it a guinea pig one time, a live one, and this thing cried.
A guinea pig?
Cried like a baby. And my mother was like, absolutely not. Never again. Never again. I never want to hear that sound again. So then they would buy already dead rabbits and then defrost them and then throw them in the cage for her.
Yeah.
But even still, you come home from school with your friends and there's a dead rabbit on your countertop. Yeah. Like it's, a little,
Yeah.
What's that movie where they found the dead head in the bed?
The Godfather? The horse head?
Oh, no. I'm talking about the crazy one that she was boiling rabbits.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah. Because he cheated and she was a mistress and then she went crazy and it's an old movie. I don't even know.
Was I right when I said the Godfather had the
You was.
head?
No, you was. And that's what I was thinking at first when I was like, no, I'm thinking about the boiled rabbit one.
I was like, if I'm wrong, people are going to think I'm
like Michael Douglas. Michael Douglas was in it. And I don't know, some crazy other chicks. So
interesting.
Anyway, that's why you don't have affairs, first of all. Because you're going to get somebody crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to send you dead rabbits. And
bitches be crazy.
I mean, yeah, the dick ain't that good. Like, move on.
I have a crazy bitch to talk about today.
Oh, great. Well, let me shut up.
No, that was my little segue that I had. I was like, speaking of crazy bitches.
Like, that's how I ended up. You're welcome.
Check out this crazy bitch.
I do like a crazy bitch.
So, we're going to Jamaica.
Ooh, okay.
And I have 2 places to talk about today. But we're just going to start here and I'll get into what it is. So, Jamaica, like many of the islands in the Caribbean, was a slave colony for centuries. And Britain took over the island in 1655. And Jamaica became a leading sugar export with a plantation economy dependent on slaves and their descendants. At one point in time, there were around 700 large manor houses on the island, including Rose Hall, which we're talking about today, which was built in 1750 on a hill in Montego Bay overlooking the coast. During the slave rebellion of 1831, almost all of the manor houses were burned down, and today there are only about 15 left out of like 700.
Holy shit.
Like they burned that island to the fucking ground.
That's horrible.
Well,
okay,
maybe I think it was for good reason. They were slaves and they were revolting, so like I get it.
All right.
I'd probably burn shit down too.
Yeah, but it's an island. Where are you going to go? Like you just burnt down your house.
That is true. It's so beautiful too.
I could be homeless in Jamaica. I'd be okay living on a beach. California's easier.
There's sketchy places.
California's better. It's fine. I'm still aiming for California. I'll be homeless on a beach.
If you're by the sandals, like, you're probably good.
Resorts. They say if you ever go on vacation and you go to Jamaica, stay in the resorts that you are booked in, because when you go traveling and on adventures and stuff, that's when you get the people that see you as a tourist and know, and they know to take advantage of. Yep, they come for you. Yeah. Like, they're professionals.
Unless you're like on an excursion or something like that, and like, you know, the guides know where they're going and what they're doing. But other than that, you don't just wander
in a car by yourself and going on an adventure. No.
Right.
No. Stay on the resort. Just drive in a circle.
Right. So Rose Hall survived the burnings only because the slaves were too afraid of the ghostly legends and scary tales surrounding the house, and it's still known as Jamaica's most haunted house today.
Damn.
The land that it sits on, which was originally 290 acres of cane land, was bought by Henry Fanning for 3,000 euros in 1742. I did not do the conversion. That would have been 2 conversions, and I didn't feel like it.
We're not doing the math.
Didn't have
the math isn't mathing.
I picked this topic last night because my life has been crazy. So, sorry guys. Normally I'm more into it. I did not have time.
Struggle bus over here.
The past couple weeks have been fucking
like I've
insane.
Never done that before. Like, I finished mine this morning, so let's go ahead and record now.
I finished this approximately 25 minutes before I came over.
Good thing I put it back some.
So here we are. So Henry went on to marry a woman named Rosa Kelly in 1746, but he died soon after. A lot of people
marriage was not good for him.
No. His widow inherited the estate and married George Ashe, a local plantation owner, who realized Fanning's plan to build Rose Hall. So George Ashe was actually behind the building of the mansion. And it cost 30,000 euros to build and was lavishly decorated with carved mahogany and stone. And this is in the 1700s and was 30,000 euros. I can imagine that was quite a bit. But Ashe died in 1752. So Rosa married for a third time to a man named Norwood Witter in 1753. And he only lived until 1765, but he'd managed to consume a significant amount of her fortune while they were married. So in 1767, she married for a fourth time to a man named John Palmer, and he was a widower who owned the adjoining plantation named Palmyra. Rosa went on to die in 1790 and left her property to her husband, John. Rose Hall Estate went on to be about 650 acres divided among sugarcane, grass, and pasture for over 270 head of cattle, and about 250 slaves were housed on Palmyra Estate, which comprised about 1,250 acres. When John died 7 years later, he left the property in trust to his 2 sons, John and James Palmer. However, they both died childless, and in 1818, the estate was passed down to John Rose Palmer, his grandnephew.
So, a little pause right there. The U.S. dollar, $1 in euros is $1.17 in U.S. dollar. So, $30,000 in euros is $35,054.92.
And what was that? In like 1750.
Okay.
All right, she's on it.
Go forward.
So John Rose Palmer came to Jamaica from England to claim the estate. And in 1820, he married a woman named Annie. And Annie is going to be a big player in our story here. According to legend, Annie, who would eventually be known as the White Witch of Rose Hall, grew up in Haiti. And her parents died of yellow fever, so she was adopted by a nanny who taught her witchcraft and voodoo. After her nanny died, she moved to Jamaica at 18 looking for a husband and wound up marrying John Palmer, who at that time owned Rose Hall. But one man wasn't enough for Annie. And this is where we talk about the crazy ones. She started to choose lovers And not like from town either. She chose lovers from the plantation and just had her pick among the slaves for who would be her lover of the week. When John Palmer caught her, however, he beat her with a whip, and the next day he was very conveniently found dead, seemingly from poison. It's believed that she put arsenic in his coffee, and his death would be the first of many. Annie would take slave lovers, but as soon as she was tired of them, she would just kill them. And she also loved to torture as well, and not just lovers, but all of the slaves.
So 35,000 in not 1975, 17.
Honestly, you probably can't get a number.
I think that's why it hit 19. And 1770 is worth $1,378,863 today.
Damn. I could see that. Yeah, it's definitely $1 million house.
You're welcome.
Thank you for doing all that work.
That was rough.
I appreciate it.
Like, I don't even know how to type this in right now.
That's funny. Thank you. So her torture included using bear traps to catch escapees, throwing the injured into the dungeon below the house to die, and forcing children to carry water in heavy buckets under the threat of beatings from a single spilled drop.
Jeez.
Rumor has it, she also used voodoo to maintain her grip on the house.
Oh, of course she did.
She also killed anyone who she viewed as her enemy, and she went on to marry 2 more times, killing both husbands to inherit their money.
My girl.
Like, that's my kind of girl.
I would definitely be friends with her.
Her undoing, however, because they always have one. Her undoing was falling in love with an Englishman who did not want her because he was in love with the niece of a slave named Taku. And Taku was also Annie's lover. So it was quite the situation here.
Dang. Yeah. Okay.
So Annie killed her young rival, who was the niece, leading Taku to strangle her in her sleep and bury her in a deep pit. He performed a voodoo ritual meant to prevent her spirit from leaving the grave, but he didn't complete it correctly, and her ghost began to wander the house. Because of this, the house was spared during the rebellion, like I mentioned, because it was feared that fire would free the ghost and allow her to wander off the plantation. And nobody wants that.
No.
And on the property, she began driving servants, guests, and residents mad with terror. Before long, the house was abandoned and fell into ruin, for no one but Annie could ever be mistress of Rose Hall. There was one family who did try to live at Rose Hall in the early 1900s, but they were swiftly driven from the place when their maid was thrown from a second-story balcony by an invisible set of hands. And not only is the balcony the site of the poor maid's death, but it was the very spot where Annie herself would stand to enjoy the spectacle of her slaves being tortured, which occurred in the yard below. After someone had been tortured to Annie's satisfaction, they would be led down a set of steps to the dungeon below and would go without food, medicine, or water and would die in a matter of days. After the death of the maid on the balcony, the new family fled Rose Hall, and it lay in silent ruin for 130 years, until the 1960s, when it was then revived for public use as a historic house and plantation. Then, American entrepreneur John Rollins and his wife, former Miss USA Michelle Rollins, bought it in 1977, and they still own it today. They refurbished it, looking to showcase Rose Hall's slave history, antique splendor, and original fittings. Today, daily tours are offered of the house and grounds by costumed interpreters. There are even night tours that focus on the White Witch legend, showing the supposed locations of tunnels, bloodstains, hauntings, and murders.
I don't like night tours.
Those are the best ones.
You know what? I know, but they're also the scariest.
And they are when I'm supposed to be asleep. So it's dark outside. I should be asleep. That's the rule.
Yeah.
They also hold seances on the property in an attempt to conjure Annie's spirit. And the basement, which was once the dungeon where enslaved people were left to die, is now a pub. You can order the Witch's Brew, a rum cocktail said to protect you from black magic. I fucking love some rum punch.
or you're going to order the witch's brew, and now you're impregnated.
Uh-oh.
You're having a demon seed, and...
Well, Jamaica's a wild place.
See?
One of my favorites. The estate on which Rose Hall sits now also includes a championship golf course, a hotel, and high-end real estate. And many people claim to see a shadowy figure dressed in green riding a black horse across the state grounds. And it's said that Annie owned a black horse and was once spotted sitting on the horse as she watched the flogging of one of her victims.
I just recently learned what flogging was.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, I've heard the term, but I never really put together in my head.
Yeah, you don't really want to.
No. And then I thought it was something highly inappropriately gross, but it's not. It's just a horrible beating.
It's just unpleasant.
Oh, I mean, beatings alone are unpleasant, but oof. Yeah, no, I don't want one. No, thank you.
I don't think most people do.
No, thank you.
Maybe somebody's into it, but not me.
No.
You're like, my books haven't gone that far
yet. No.
So others say they've seen the figure of a woman dressed all in white on the stairs outside of the Great House and have caught glimpses of the same figure moving about inside the building. There have also been reports of screams and the sound of running footsteps heard coming from various rooms throughout the house, especially the cellar area, which now serves as the gift shop. According to Michael Rowlands, I don't know his relationship to the owners, but I'm sure there's one. But he's the vice president of finance and marketing for Rose Hall Developments. He said, "We believe in the historical aspects of the Annie Palmer story, although some people treat the Annie Palmer legend as folklore. While documentation from that era, the 1830s, is scanty, my family has experienced paranormal activity in the house." And the person who wrote the article that I read, which included that quote, said about the property, quote, "During my last visit to Montego Bay, I spoke with a taxi driver who told me that nobody has ever had the nerve to stay in Rose Hall overnight and alone. I asked Rowlands if this was true, and Rowlands said, 'We've had 2 or 3 psychics plan on staying a full night, but not by themselves. None of them have made it through the whole night. They reported lots of strange disturbances, such as teacups smashing on the floor.'"
Rude?
It's very rude. A woman who stayed at Rose Hall in 2007 was laying in bed one night when she heard banging on her door. She checked the clock, which read 2:30 a.m., and she thought she imagined the banging, so she tried to go back to sleep when she heard it again. This time, her eyes shot open. She nervously tried to wake her husband and ask him to see who was at the door, but she realized that her husband wasn't there. So she went to the door and looked through the peephole to see the shape of a man. She pulled the door open and asked, "What are you doing out here?" But her husband looked confused. "What do you mean? You asked me to come out here." Her husband proceeded to tell her that a few minutes prior, she had apparently woken him from his sleep and told him to go out into the hall. But she didn't. She was dead asleep, and she had never been one to sleepwalk or talk in her sleep. So who or what had woken her husband? Some people believe that it was the voice of Annie intending to remove a man from a woman's bed for fear that she'd be killed, just like she was. So they're saying she's a girl's girl.
It sounds like it.
She's she did kill the niece.
I mean, well, she was...
And potentially
the
maid.
Threat.
And the maid. Maybe the maid was up to some nonsense.
She knew too much. She witnessed the killings.
Well, maybe.
The maids know. That's why, you know.
Maids know everything. Now, after all that, I have to be honest. The lore of Annie Palmer, the White Witch of Rose Hall, is just that. Lore and legend.
Aw, dang.
It originates from the 1929 novel, The White Witch of Rose Hall by Herbert G. DeLisser, which fictionalized the story of a real but remarkable woman to create a sensational legend of a sadistic, witchcraft-practicing plantation owner. Ice cream truck.
It's
I never hear ice cream trucks.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Normally they come when it's almost nighttime, and I'm like, oh, that's the perfect time to come.
When the kids are in bed.
Idiots.
Anyway. So there's not actually any proof of all of that, but that is the story that they stick with.
Well, I mean, it was in 1775.
Right.
So everything got burnt up, all of the documentation.
Mm-hmm. And it obviously was a plantation with very real slaves there, so who knows?
Yeah.
But as far as her, like, sleeping with them and that whole thing, who knows?
Deep end of the story.
But Annie was a real person who really lived in the house, and she did marry John Palmer, but the rest of it we don't know. But it's an interesting story. So now we're going to move on to our second location, which is on the same property, and it actually sits on the hilltop right above Rose Hall, and this is known as the Cinnamon Hill Great House.
That one sounds like fun. It probably isn't.
You're going to love this one. This one's fun.
It probably isn't.
So Samuel Barrett Jr., owner of the Cornwall and Cinnamon Hill Estates in St. James, started building the Cinnamon Hill House in 1734. But he died in 1760 before it was finished. It's like, that's a really big time span. Like, you couldn't be done by then?
What the hell are you doing?
And I don't mean this to sound crass, but also you have 2,000 slaves.
Like, what was taking
Who was
so
building
long?
the house? And what took so many years? I would just think it would not.
I questioned the years. Like, maybe they got something wrong, because that's a very big gap.
And this is what I found. I don't know.
Okay.
Seems like time wasn't being used efficiently, is what I'm saying. And I don't
like
I said,
roundabout in the window of.
I don't mean that to come across bad. Like, the slaves should not be doing any of it.
No. Let my people go.
But, like, why wasn't the house being... Anyway. So...
But it was happening, sadly.
Mm-hmm. It's reality.
At least give them a purpose instead of just abusing them because they didn't clean your house properly.
Right.
There's now there's a purpose. Now they're carpenters as opposed to just being slaves. Like, you know, I don't know. It's still disgusting,
right?
Whichever side of the coin you're flipping it on. Yeah. But if it's there, it's going to happen. You know, instead of having them out there, you know, working in your fields and whatnot, now they have purpose. They're building and they're
learning skills,
constructing. Exactly.
Things they can actually move on and do something with, you know?
So when they finally do get freed, you know, they can move forward in society and culture, and they have...
And those are skills they could pass on generationally as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Barrett is buried on the property, and the building was completed by his fourth son of 15 children, Edward Barrett, in 1784. So we went from 1734, it was finally completed in 1784. At that point, fuck it.
I mean, do you have to wait for the mud to dry? Or I don't know. What tools are we even using for this?
And I will post the pictures of it when you see them. I love this house. It is so tropical and just simple. I love it. It's so pretty. The front porch, I would spend my life there every day. Edward became one of Jamaica's wealthiest and most influential planters, and it was his generation of Barretts and their children that played a significant role in the birth and development of Falmouth, the capital of the neighboring parish of, I think it's Trelawney. It is also from his family lineage that the famous poet Elizabeth Barrett Browning came from, and she lived from 1806 to 1861, so if anyone recognizes that name, this is her family. The property passed through several owners, the Barretts, George Robertson, Joseph Shore, and the Henderson family, until it was finally purchased in the 1960s by John Rowlands, who also owns Rose Hall. And he eventually sold it to none other than Johnny Cash in the early 70s.
I love it.
It became the Cash family home, his Jamaican hideaway. The home was repurchased from his estate by the Rowlands family in 2012 after the Cashes passed away, and today is now open to the public for tours, operated through Rose Hall. The house is located on the back 9 of the Cinnamon Hill Golf Course, and it's decorated and preserved just as it was when Johnny and June lived there, presenting an intimate glimpse into how they lived. Now, this house is literally frozen in time.
I'm surprised it didn't go off to the kids unless the kids just sold it.
Well, I think this way they know it's going to be preserved.
Right.
Maybe. So,
and they don't have to do the upkeep on it anymore.
Yeah. So it was just left completely untouched, like Johnny and June just left for the weekend. The home feels lived in with personal effects, such as a pair of Johnny's boots sitting at the base of the staircase, family portraits hanging on the walls, and personal mementos lining the shelves. It even showcases a dried-out crocodile. Bubba can't say crocodile, so he calls it a crocodile. He says crocodile. I almost said crocodile.
I'm wheezing.
I'll say, all right, I'll see you later, alligator. Say, okay, crocodile.
I love him.
I forgot I'm not talking to my kid.
Literally the cutest.
Guys, it's a crocodile.
The crocodile.
So it even showcases a dried out crocodile that Johnny himself helped catch.
It's so cute.
Hanging right there on the wall. The Cinnamon Hill Great House is another one of the few that survived the 1831 slave revolt. The original house consisted of the single-story portion, and the two-story portion was added later in the century between 1780 and 1785, and contains a sitting room and several bedrooms. The kitchen today is also located in that wing, but would have been a separate building from the main house in the original building. Kitchens in that period were generally built as a separate structure from the main house to prevent the risk of fires as well as reduce the heat in the main house. There was a large veranda to the front and the rear of the house, and the front veranda would have provided an excellent view of the ocean. The rear veranda faces the main gate to the back of the house and wraps around the house on the west side, where it meets a hurricane shelter, which was later converted by Johnny Cash into a bathroom. And it is very cool looking. I would love a nice shower in there. And I didn't do all the technical stuff because science, but the way, I guess, hurricane shelters are, I don't know if typically or just some of them, but will be like triangle shaped. Because something about the way the wind hits it, it'll push the wind off instead of through.
Okay.
From what I understood, I
only drive into them, and I only go down to the ocean during a hurricane, so I don't really know the buildings. Yeah. I don't live in a hurricane town.
Something about wind. I'm not a weather girl. I don't know. I'm sorry.
I live through tornadoes, not hurricanes.
Same. So it's a really cool shaped place. I liked it. A separate detached building to the southeastern corner of the house was used by June Carter as a sewing room, as she was an avid seamstress. And Cash actually wrote about Cinnamon Hill and said, "The past is palpably present in and around Cinnamon Hill. The reminders of other times and other generations everywhere, some obvious, some not. For more than a century, this was a sugar plantation worked by thousands of slaves who lived in clusters of shacks all over the property. All that remains of these people now, the metal hinges from their doors and nails from their walls, lie hidden in the undergrowth on the hillsides or in the soil just below the manicured sod of the golf course that loops around my house. I doubt that the vacationers playing those beautiful links have any idea, any concept of the kind of life that once teemed where they walk. Though perhaps some do, you never know." And during his days on the property, Johnny really leaned into the legend surrounding it, and he even wrote a famous song, The Ballad of Annie Palmer, about the White Witch, which was released in 1973. And I have the lyrics. I won't sing them, but I will tell you. They go, "And she was the mistress of the plantation. She was the boss. Her word was law. Well, they tell a lot of tales about Annie. They say she had 3 husbands at one time, I guess. On the island of Jamaica quite a long time ago, at Rose Hall Plantation where the ocean breezes blow, lived a girl named Annie Palmer, the mistress of the place. And the slaves all lived in fear to see a frown on Annie's face. Where's your husband, Annie? Where's number 2 and 3? Are they sleeping beneath the palms beside the Caribbean Sea? At night I hear you riding and I hear your lovers call. and still can feel your presence round the great house of Rose Hall. Well, if you should ever go to see the great house at Rose Hall, there's expensive chairs and china and great paintings on the wall. They'll show you Annie's sitting room and the whipping post outside, but they won't let you see the room where Annie's husband's died. Where's your husband, Annie? Where's number 2 and 3? Are they sleeping beneath the palms beside the Caribbean Sea? At night I hear you riding, and I hear your lover's call, and I still can feel your presence round the great house at Rose Hall. So if you've ever heard that song, that's who it's about.
I'll absolutely listen to it, but that was beautiful. Like, sad, but I love some Johnny Cash, though. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I love some Johnny Cash, but
I certainly have my issues with him. However, he was very talented.
Oh yeah,
musically.
Well, yeah, his personal shit. That's it's personal. That's on you, dude. You've got that's your cross to bear.
Oh yeah.
But that you take the music out of his song lyrics and its poetry. That was beautiful.
Absolutely. It sounded just like a poem. And I didn't have time, so I didn't listen to the song yet, but I'm absolutely going to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Sounds really good. And perhaps this song was inspired by the time he actually saw Annie at Rose Hall. Johnny describes a time when he and several guests observed a figure of a woman in the dining room appearing to be in her early 30s, wearing a full-length white dress. She moved through the dining room, headed to the kitchen, and crossed the room toward a pair of closed double doors. He and his guests watched in amazement as she moved through the locked double doors without opening them. The ice cream truck's back.
Ice cream!
I just had to tell you guys. Immediately following, the group heard a rat-tat-tat from the other side of the door. I don't know what she was doing, but she was up to something. And Johnny was not the only one having experiences. Waylon Jennings and Jesse Coulter, friends of Johnny's and 2 other massive country artists, attest that they heard weird noises and had experiences when they stayed in the home. Johnny wrote about his encounters with the spirits of Rose Hall in his biography, and he said, "We've never had any trouble with these souls. They mean us no harm, I believe, and we're certainly not scared of them. They just don't produce that kind of emotion." And, who else do you think could have possibly spent time here? Mr. Zach Bagans.
Stop. Of course he did. Of course he did. He has to have his fucking dirty-ass nose into the nitty-gritty.
Gotta stick his hand in every fucking pie he can find.
Disgusting. That wasn't his hand.
It sure the fuck was not.
Disgusting.
No, it was not.
What a disgusting human being.
I've been seeing him promoting the shit out of his merch now, and I'm like, no.
No, never.
This was 5 years ago. I would have been all over that. But no.
I was going to say 1, but that's fine.
Let's be honest, 6 months ago. That was before the news broke.
And then once we started hearing more and more and more and more, we're just like, no, you're dead to us. Bye-bye.
This fucking sucks. So when the Ghost Adventures team visited the house in 2011, they captured a very compelling EVP that sounds strikingly like the voice of Johnny Cash saying, "I do." The EVP was tested by a sound engineer on specialized equipment and was found to be a very close match to a recording of Johnny Cash's actual voice. And just to explain, because I actually heard about this on a podcast that I heard Jay Wasley talking on, who was on the Ghost Adventures team, because he was the sound engineer.
Okay.
And he said what they can do is they can take the sound of the EVP, and when we edit the podcast, it gives you the lines.
Yeah.
You can take that, the EVP, and then if you actually have a recording of the person's voice, and you can overlay them, and it'll show you, because voices are imprints.
Right.
Everyone's unique. And it actually almost perfectly matched the way his inflections.
It's such an authentic voice. He was so grumbly and so deep, but I love watching his movie. His
movie or Joaquin Phoenix's movie?
Joaquin and Reese did such an amazing job portraying them. But he almost fits Johnny's voice.
He's so talented.
Very, very close to perfection. But
yeah.
I mean, obviously it's not exact.
Right.
But if you listen to the soundtrack album and then Johnny Cash's actual songs, so much alike. It's Reese. I have a hard enough time telling Reese. I think, first of all, I didn't even know she could sing.
I know, right?
So then when she started doing June Carter's music, I was like, holy shit, she sounds just like her. June Carter had such a special little squeak to her voice, and that twang, like, God, I just get sucked right into it. But it's that hillbilly rock stuff that
I love it. I was jamming out to some Loretta Lynn today in the car.
God, I love it.
It's so good. My mom's like, one of her favorite songs is Coal Miner's Daughter.
Absolutely.
And so I know every word now. And I'm like, when the song comes on, though, I'm like, I am a coal miner's daughter.
Calm down.
Bub was in the backseat, like, can I listen to Post Malone now? So I'm like, no. No, you cannot.
Driver's choice.
Which he does listen to music and choose the music like 90% of the time, but
you want to hear something, then damn it, it's my car. I pay for it.
Sometimes I just want to listen to a song. But the only thing, like Walk the Line, the only thing I really remember, because it's been years since I've seen it, I remember like the stuff I didn't like and who he was. But I mean, Reese Witherspoon going, baby, 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 and slamming the door. That's my favorite part.
Baby, baby.
I loved it.
Come on, baby.
But anyway,
back to track.
We're actually done. That's what they did with the EVP. They closely matched it. They think it was Johnny. So perhaps he's another spirit that roams Cinnamon Hill today. And that's all I got for you.
I mean, I'm sad about that if that's a fact, because he was so in love with June Carter. Like, I hated how they made his first wife look like just this crazy freaking psychotic bitch. But she's like, dude, you're turning away jobs. Like, we need money. We're being kicked out of our homes. Right.
Yeah.
So I get her frustrations and what made her fucking crazy. And he's on the road all of this time. So when he's home, she wants him home.
Right.
I need you to be here. Like, I need you to be present and get out of the office and help with the kids or help, I got your family here that we're entertaining, like ow.
You okay?
Yep. A stupid table.
Damn table got in the way.
I get her frustrations. So the way that they just made her crazy.
Yeah.
No, she was made to be crazy. Like, she was driven to that point.
Because there's a difference between like supporting your spouse's dream and like sacrificing so they can make it happen. Yeah. But you still have to be a husband and a father.
You have to.
I get it. She's picking up slack.
When you're on the road, I'm full on, hands on. But when you're home, you need to be home. You need to be present, because I also need a break.
Yep. You still have responsibilities and a family to support.
Yep. So, I mean, that was, if I had anything to dislike about the movie, that was literally the only thing I liked, was their portrayal of her. Now, again, I didn't know her. I don't know who she is.
Right.
I didn't even know he had a wife before her until seeing this movie. So I always thought it was Johnny and June. So maybe she was an asshole. I don't know, but somebody had to get you to that point.
Yeah.
Like, so, but the way that he just was like in love with June, like his drug addiction, his alcohol addiction, his cheating, his abuse, basically she cleaned him, put it together. Love it. I love that. Positive.
I never really, because Johnny and June are such an iconic couple and so romanticized. I feel very similar to like a Romeo and Juliet.
Yes.
And it's like, okay, but can we talk about the part where it's not romantic? And I feel that way about Johnny and June, where I'm like, okay, that's great, that's beautiful. But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, despite all of that, he was still an abusive alcoholic.
Yeah.
And that fucking sucks, because he was such a talented man and he did find such a beautiful love with June. But it's like, I still can't get out of my mind, like, Yeah, but you did some shit to get there and to the mother of your children.
Yes. Because I don't know that he ever laid hands on you. I don't know that he was abusive to her, maybe mentally, but not physically, because I feel like she just wouldn't have tolerated that. Because she was a strong bitch.
Yeah.
But the other, like they made his first wife look like she's just destroying all of his, because he's hanging pictures of June Carter all over the wall while he's married to another woman.
I would have gone fucking crazy.
Absolutely.
You want to see crazy?
So she took the picture off the wall and smashed it. And now I don't know if that really happened in real life, but that's how it was in the movie.
Yeah.
So I'm having a fucking bonfire in the front yard with all this bullshit. And when you going on tour again?
Exactly.
Because you ain't coming home to shit. This is my house.
Yeah. Yep. Annie would have had her back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, burn his shit.
What bed are we putting him in?
Oh, it's crazy. But I did love the connection there.
But my point was, I feel like if he is haunting it and he's there, that makes me sad because he only wanted to be with June.
Well, this was like their tropical getaway away from.
So maybe they're both there.
I don't want to say Hollywood because they weren't in Hollywood, but the limelight and
This was their private time, their sanctuary,
their family. Yeah, and I actually read a really interesting story. I didn't know that Johnny and June also had kids together.
Yes. He had 2 daughters, Rosanna and another one. He had 2, and then she had children. And then when they got together, they blended their families and made more children. Okay.
Because I read that on Christmas Day, I think it was sometime in the 60s, I want to say. I could be wrong. Christmas Day, though, 3 gunmen broke into the house in Jamaica and actually took their 11-year-old son hostage. And at gunpoint. And Johnny had to, talk them down and was able to work something out. But he ended up being safe and okay. But
that's
when you look up the house, it's just news story after news story about that happening. So scary. And one of his quotes was like, "The living here are much more dangerous than the dead." I'm like, yeah, I could see that.
Well, I can too.
Yeah, because I can't even imagine.
It's rare that you hear the dead able to put hands on people.
Right.
Just being able to use enough energy to throw an object is...
Yeah.
I've watched Ghost. I understand how it works. Patrick Swayze struggling.
And he had a lot of muscle.
And it still brings me back to my question. If you can walk through walls and you don't touch objects, how come you don't fall through the floor?
Maybe it's choice. Maybe you can choose when you...
But Patrick Swayze did not have any type of ability to even touch it. He had to work that up and use, everything he had. But...
you know what? Maybe...
And another question was brought up to me not that long ago. How come most of the hauntings basically stopped? The spirits basically stopped in the 1800s. Now we're always being haunted by somebody in 1800s.
Where's the It's Britney bitch ghost? Yeah. So they say, yeah.
And then he was like, well, who would you want to be? You want to be haunted by what? Bette Midler? I'm like, she's still alive. Is she? Oh, I thought she died. No, can you stop killing people?
But you know who's not still alive? Patrick Swayze.
Right. And then he said, that's what he's like, well, what about Patrick Swayze's ghost? I'd be okay with that.
You'd be like, can you leave? You pull out your... you're in bed. You pull out your Ouija board.
I'm getting...
I need 10 minutes.
We're going to need to talk this through. Oh, baby. Oh, baby.
Planchettes just fucking moving.
YES. It's used so much, there's little grooves. Letters are worn off.
Every time he comes home, you're shoving the Ouija board under the couch. you talking to Patrick again? No.
SpongeBob.
No.
I
was trying to contact Jesus, but
Jesus and
I got distracted. Lines got crossed. I don't know.
Can't.
Oh God. I'm gonna cry. Well, now that I've worked up a sweat.
That was fun.
I hope you enjoyed
that. That was fun. I liked that. I can't wait to see pictures.
Oh my God. And they're so beautiful. The Cinnamon Hill house is just, I'm like, oh my gosh, that looks like such a good little getaway. So pretty. There's tropical trees and it's my kind of place.
I need the help from our listeners. Anybody that deals with hurricane situations on a regular, is triangle like a thing to building houses for hurricane? Like, help us out. Like, let us know, because we have questions.
Yeah, logically, when I thought about it, my only thing was if you're at a triangle and you've got wind coming, it's pushing off at the end. Yeah. Where if it's a solid, it's going through it. You know,
shit's happening.
But who knows? I could. But
be an
idiot.
It's in a circle, like hurricanes are typically in a vortex. I don't know. Again, I've only went down to the ocean during one hurricane. I took my best friend's son with me. Like, come on, I almost lost a shoe.
Well, that would have been the day. My God, tragedy.
Miranda was so mad because she was close to her due date with my pickle, and she was like, "Are you trying to die before you meet your grandchild?" I mean, I'm not trying. I did kind of put myself in harm's way, but it wasn't nearly as bad as half of the near-death experiences I've had.
I feel like I've done worse shit. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Well, I hope everyone had as much fun as we did.
I needed some giggle time after the day I've had.
Yeah. I think I'll probably need some after what I'm about to walk into, so I'll let this energy carry me there.
There you go.
But we will see you guys next week for whatever Kandis's episode is going to be. If you want to follow along, subscribe, check us out on Instagram. It's really the only place we're at. Let's be honest. You can email us if you guys have any suggestions or fun stories. hauntedthroughtheages@gmail.com.
Patreon. We're on Patreon.
Patreon, I forgot.
Did you forget about that? Yep. Like, wow. Okay.
I'm already checked out.
That's the one that brings us in the big dollars. What are you talking about?
Making that big money. We are up to 7 bonus episodes now, all extra content that you guys can get. Our after hours, which we'll do another one soon. We have to get another one of those posted, but we have a lot of fun over there, so check it out. And we'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.